Slab roller and extruder tutorial. Welcome. Hello everybody and welcome to the YouTube channel. All right, this is your YouTube channel for the year. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the extruder and also the slab roller. Now, most of you right now have just used your hands to kind of pat things together and make things flat. Well, today we're going to go over a little bit of the slab roller. What's a slab roller? Well, I'm going to show you in a second. Instead of using a rolling pin, which we're going to use to do other little smaller objects, this is for doing larger pieces. Now, this isn't really a large piece. This is just a medium-sized piece, and I want to show you how it works. All right, so some of you have probably seen this in the class. Ooh, that was loud. It's got like a little steering wheel on the side. What this is called, this is actually called a slab roller. All right, the slab roller is really meant to make all your pieces flat on a nice little rolling pin kind of platform. Now, these are connected to gears, which is connected to this wheel. This wheel gives us a little more torque to put our pieces through here. Now, if we have a piece about this size and we have a space about that size, what the torque on this wheel is going to do is actually really break the gears that are right here. Okay, so what I want you to do is you got to flatten this out a little bit before you go putting it through there. Now, don't flatten it out on here. Don't go like this, because one, it makes little cracks in this Formica, and you can totally break this, and it takes me about 2 to 4 weeks to get a new board for this table. And that means you're going to be using the rolling pins for 2 to 4 weeks or longer, depending on, well, how Amazon ships. Shipping could be off for the week. So what you want to do is you want to go over to the clay room where we use the wedging table, and we're just going to kind of flatten it. Now, I use it on here because, well, I'm pretty good and I'm pretty proficient and I don't make as much noise. So what I do is, in order to kind of flatten it, I throw it at an angle. See, it still makes a little noise. Let's see how it's kind of flattening out. I guess it's turned into like an axe head. All right, I want to take it to the other side. You can also go like this. Remember, use the wedging table. Don't use this because, well, I'm trying to do a video and I don't want to cut between wedging table and here. So once you get it about an inch thick, we have markers on the side here and here, and they usually go in about 1/4 inch increments. What you want to do is take our guides right here, and we want to raise them up to about that 1/2 inch mark, usually about the width of this. Now you want to do both sides, raise them up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lift our canvas and our piece here, place our clay in between the two pieces of canvas. Now, if we just ran it through here like this, it would stick to our metal wheel. All right, so what we want to do is take our canvases, place them through the wheel, and this is the safety portion of our video. Okay, don't put your fingers into here while you're wheeling the wheel, while you're turning the wheel. It's happened before, I promise. Somebody broke their finger. Crazy stuff. All right, so what you want to do is put the canvases through here, give a little tug on the other side, and we're just going to turn our wheel the direction it's going to go. Now, here's the cool part. We just twist our wheels down a little bit. Twist them down a little bit, like that. And then we're going to come back the other way. And we'll make our wheel go this way. And see, it starts to flatten it out nicely for us. All right. Isn't that cool? All right, so let's get it a little, maybe we want it to be about 1/4 inch, okay? So there's 2 little black marks right there, okay? One there and one right there, all right? Once you reach those black marks, that's about as low as you want to go. Any thinner than that, it dries out super quick and it breaks super easy unless you put water on it. So we'll go through one last time. Boom. Just like that. Okay? When you're done, there you go. You got a nice little slab, and those slabs we can actually cut out and make a nice little square or rectangular, geometric. You can even do organic size pieces. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's go over and check out the extruder. It's just as fun. This is the extruder, all right? I see it in the back room, all right? What it is, it takes clay and it puts it through these cool little die cuts. Can you see that okay? And what it will do, it'll put nice strings and strands of stuff through these die cuts. Now we have all different types of sizes. They're smaller, there's some bigger holes. We have even bigger, and then we have even bigger. So we've got a bunch of cool, I could do handles. I'll show you exactly what you use all these for. There's a nice square one. But first, we want to be able to set up our whole process before we put any clay into it. All right. And what it actually takes more clay to put through the bottom of our piece right here than it is that we're actually going to use. So you're going to have some leftover clay here. Make sure you don't leave it in there or it'll dry out and you'll wreck that little pot of clay. Best thing to do, team up with somebody else and then get your clay through the extruder at the same time. Okay, so the handle piece, don't leave it in the up position like this. All right, when you walk in, people usually smack their head against it. There you go. All right, leave it in the down position like this when you're done using it. Okay, it has the swivel piece. Leave this bolt in at all times. You don't need to take out both bolts out of the extruder. What you're going to do is you're going to pick the die that you want. These are really small. These are really cool for using coils, but these are really good for using handles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the coil that I want, and I have this nice piece of leather right here, and it's got this square. Now, if I just put this in like this, then the clay would come through all 4 holes. But I want to use just this one right here. All right, so I'm going to place my leather on top of my die first, and then I'm going to put it right on here. Now I like to have it to where it's on the outside. You see that okay? Or it's on the outside of the extruder. Here you go. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right, so this is on the outside, so my die will actually go up and in. This is the only time where I lift up that handle. It's going to go up and in and fit in here. Loosen this up a little bit. And there, just like that. All right. Then I lift it up. And this is where the other bolt comes in. Now, make sure that you have the washer in there as you put the bolt in. And you're just going to turn counterclockwise, tighten it up a little bit. All right, just like that. And on this top shelf up here, right above the extruder, are all the tools and all the dies you need. Please leave all these up here on this top shelf. Don't take this anywhere because we only have one. And we only have one of each of these bolts. If they go anywhere, it renders it useless, and then you got to do your own coils by yourself, which this is kind of fun to do. So remember, counterclockwise, I use it like this, and you want to tighten it down pretty tight. You don't have to Wonder Woman it. You don't have to crank it down. All right, make sure that both sides are snug, I guess you would call it. Nice and snug, just like that. one more, right? And then you can undo it. There we go, that's nice and snug. I put my wrench back up top. I'm gonna pull this out like this, let it sit. I'm gonna go get my clay. Now, here's that piece of slab that I just used. I can roll it up and I can put it in here. I'm gonna throw it in there like that, and I'll mash it down, and you'll be like, there's nothing coming out. Well, what happened was, this only goes so far, okay? And you want to kind of fill it up with clay to about right there. But once you get past there, all this clay is going to be used. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get another piece of clay. I'll add some clay in there like that. And I'll push it down. If you notice, it just kind of slides in there just like that. And what it'll do, as I push down, it'll spread out. So we'll only have about that much clay at the bottom, but it should be enough to give us a good little extrude. Now when I push on it, I kind of put my weight into it a little bit. All right? So I got my leg into it. Don't try to use your arms, okay? Because some of you don't have enough weight. If you feel like you're like 95 pounds or 85 pounds, I know some of you gals are kind of a little small, come and ask me, I'll give you a hand, all right? Or ask somebody that can really wrench through this thing. This little stuff that comes out the sides, don't worry about it. We can just throw it back in here. Check it out. We get a nice coil out of this whole piece. Ain't that cool? Very nice, huh? All right, so that's the extruder. Safety things on the extruder, don't put your fingers right here, all right? Pinch point up here, another pinch point, like right there, or that would hurt, all right? You'd end up having a finger as part of your project. So, if there's any questions, please come see me, all right? This is the extruder. When you're all done, you're just going to, any clay you don't use, put it back in the bag. It'll mold up really nice, all right? And then all you do is to undo your whole process. Just do it in reverse and hit counterclockwise or clockwise. You take it apart. There you go. Just like that. And loosen up this one side first. All right, I've always found that getting this left side done first is about the best. I take my bolts and I put them up top, right like that, okay? Now my other side, just loosen this up a little bit. I should just be able to, you should be able to hand untighten it. And then there's our die, right? We'll put that in a wrench back up top. And then there's our little piece of leather. Put that back up top and let's see. There's our piece of clay. Pretty cool. All right, that's all we really need to know when it comes to working with the extruder. If you have any questions, and then you go leave it like that, put it away. Now the next person can use it and they will know where everything is, and they'll know where everything is here. We're good to go, okay? Let me show you the toolbox up top. Yeah, crazy, huh? Ooh, that was loud. All right. Well, thanks for watching the video on the extruder. And yeah, let's go make some clay. Well, that's the end of the video. What are you still doing here? Just kidding. All right, remember, the better that you learn your tools, the more fun you're going to have. Utilize those tools for your details. We're not worried about the time of your projects. I want you to worry about the detail of your projects. We train to standard, not to time. That means enjoy the journey, enjoy the clay, enjoy the time you have, using the tools that you have, and enjoy the time that you have with the people that you're with. Have a great day.